What's up, people? Welcome to yet another episode of The Intelligent Buck with Kiran Shah.
Investors refrain from putting money in a family business.
आप अप्सरा के लिए काम कर रहे थे, which is an ice cream brand. Then you started Go Zero, your own brand, solo founder, which is again in the ice cream space. तो मुझे बाहर से like an outsider, it looks to me like a pure competition. Do you have this fatherly regret कि आप बच्चों को time नहीं दे पाते हो?
I remember very clearly my dad never came at any of my annual day, sports day, any competition which I won, any play which I participated. It was always my mom, always.
This is my favorite round, truth or shots. Two truths and one lie. But ये audience को नहीं पता रहेगा what is what. They have to guess it, and whoever guesses it right, उसमें से one lucky winner will win the same hamper as you.
Let's add a fun twist to this ना.
Okay.
एक hamper तो मेरे को दे दिया ना.
हाँ.
Now let's give the lucky winner a Go Zero hamper.
Makes sense? अगर आपने इस एपिसोड का पार्ट 1 नहीं देखा है, then I suggest you click the link in the description and watch it out now. But for those of you who already have, let's get started. So next round is straight shooters. यहाँ मैं आपको direct one-liner questions बोलने वाली हूँ and you have to answer it as it is. ठीक है?
Okay.
Similar way.
This is like that Karan Johar का rapid fire.
वो तो आगे आएगा.
अच्छा वो आगे आएगा.
Okay, complete this line for me. I am Kiran Shah and I am
A founder, Pro Max Ultra.
Pro Max Ultra.
Yeah.
Okay. One quality that separates you from the rest is? इतना सोचना पड़ रहा है.
Yeah, I think almost every founder would have that. So I wouldn't say it's new to me, but I think risk-taking appetite मेरा disproportionately ज़्यादा है.
Disproportionately ज़्यादा. I think that is your advantage.
Yeah.
True. The secret of achieving fire, क्योंकि अभी आपने हमें सब बताया.
Yeah. I think it's very simple. जो पुराने टाइम पे भी कहावत है, जितनी चादर है उतने पैर फैलाओ. और अगर लंबे पैर फैलाए तो बड़ी चादर ले लो. So save as much as you can initially. Invest in the right instruments so that you can have long-term goals and set 10 to 15 year timelines for you to achieve fire. It's possible to achieve fire by the age of 35 to 40.
आपने कहाँ invest किया?
Multiple, but I prefer investing in equities.
Investing in equities.
Yeah.
Right. So did you do it on your own या फिर?
Absolutely on my own.
क्या बात कर रहे हो?
Yeah, it's
तो
not that difficult.
founder हो या financial expert हो? I'm confused now.
Yeah. Both. I think वही है. I mean, startup at the end of the day is also an equity, right?
Correct.
It's an unlisted equity. It's a privately held organization. But the valuation, the fundamentals of a listed company is no different from let's say a privately held organization. So understanding what good companies are out there, investing them and making returns is the best way to do it.
सीख लो. Fourth, describe a day in the life of Kiran Shah. सुबह से रात तक आपका schedule.
मेरी सुबह कब शुरू होती है और रात कहाँ ख़त्म होती है is not something which there is no demarcation.
There is no proper schedule.
No, it's not about not. So I'm saying it's just there is schedule is there. I'm saying कि मेरी रात कब शुरू होती है और सुबह ख़त्म होती है वो पता नहीं चलता.
Okay.
So there is no fixed number of hours that I work, right? While
Are there any fixed number of hours you sleep?
Yeah, I mean 4, 5, 6 hours max.
4 hours भी?
Yeah, I think that's the like it. I just something clicks and I am like awake at night thinking about something.
Oh God.
Right? And that happens when you are like so deeply involved and you ask any founder who is like passionately building something. He just wants to quickly get stuff done and he's just waiting for morning to rise and back in office. So I'm an early riser at around 7:30 निकल के काम शुरू हो जाता है हमारा. I feel the morning time is the best when the team is not in. That time you get for yourself to do really deep thinking and analysis of क्या चल रहा है, how was the month going by, आगे का क्या चल रहा है.
कोई दिमाग खाने के लिए नहीं होता है.
Correct. And once the team starts coming in at 10 o'clock, it's mainly talking to them, understanding what's happening, what is going wrong, where do I need to pitch in. Because after having spent so much time working, I think now I want to build this company in a way where the team will be driving this forward. And right, I will not be like the person doing things, but I would be just there to tell them that this is how it should be done. In the process, they will also grow along with me. Most of my lunches are also working lunches. So I typically try to schedule a couple of meetings when I am having lunch, where I can either talk to someone or If there's some new vendor who wants to show some products or demos to me, I can do that. Or just chat up with some of my employees or friends in general that let's have lunch together and tell me what's happening.
लंच के टाइम भी काम करते हो?
So काम नहीं हुआ, बट आई जस्ट डोंट वांट टू, मतलब खाते वक्त क्या करते हैं लोग, आप पीएनजी में था तब मैं क्या करते, पैंट्री वगैरह था, 10 लोग जमा होके बकचोदी करते हैं खाते वक्त. आई थिंक आई हैव डन दैट. आई हैव हैड माय फिल ऑफ बकचोदी एंड देयर इज जस्ट सो मच टू डू दैट even my lunch time is something where I would want to just be productive, and then I just work till around 7-8 and I'm home at 8, have my quick dinner. I try to have my dinner early by around 7:30.
7:30 dinner is done?
Yeah, dinner is done. Then spend some time with my kids, and they are off to bed by around 9:30, 10, and then couple of hours just chatting with my wife and discussing stuff around how they are doing, like how my kids are doing. Like I'm not there for them. Getting an update on their life, what did my younger son do at school, and how many complaints did she get, and how are they heading, how are they eating their head the whole day, all of that. And then once she's also off to bed, just a couple of hours, they just read stuff and watch stuff on online or podcast or something.
Do you have this fatherly regret कि आप बच्चों को time नहीं दे पाते हो?
I mean, regret तो रहेगा, because I think two things, right? One, my daughter was born in 2013, and that was a time when we moved from Singapore to Bombay. So that was kind of also one of the incidents which defined that now is the time for me to move from Singapore to Bombay. The birth of my daughter, I wanted her to be raised in India and back home with the family, with the grandparents. And that was a time when I was really, building Apsara from scratch. And as I told you, I was at the stores till 12:30, and when I would come home, she would be asleep, and when I left, she would not have woken up. So I think I missed that part. And then when my son was born in 2018, I spent a couple of years with him very closely, and of course the pandemic helped, where you were at home and with the kids. So probably I think that part which I missed when my daughter was growing up, I kind of had it when my son is growing up now. But now I think I'm consciously trying to spend more time with them.
Is this ये show काफी young लोग देखने वाले हैं, so is there some message you would like to give to people like me or even the younger generation, because their father is not usually present at home, not
so
spending time
I remember
with them?
very clearly, my dad never came at any of my annual day, sports day, any competition which I won, any play which I participated. It was always my mom, always. Even the report card, right? जब results आते हैं और आप report card लेने जाते हो, but dad wouldn't be there. It was my mom. The only time my dad came, and I vividly remember, because you always look up to your dad and you want to make him proud. You never think of making moms proud.
Yeah.
You always think of, especially if you're in a business family, you always think of making a dad proud.
Dad का validation चाहिए.
Yeah. The only time he came for the report card was in standard 10th, right? And from standard 1 to standard 9, I was nowhere in the top 10 of my division, let alone school. I don't know what clicked, but in standard 10, I was like the second rank in school, missed the first rank by 2 marks, right? That sudden improvement in my academics, my dad would have probably expected कि आएगा 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Then when he went to get the report card, and when he saw that, he actually came second in the school, the first reaction was now not well done, proud of you. First कौन आया? So typical of dads. Typical of dads that your son never came in the top 10 also. आज वो second आया. He's going to get a medal in the ceremony, but the first question he is looking at, second लिखा है उस पे, first कौन आया? And then he's like, you also come second. Come. Good job. I think that is something which both as let's say parents or as employers we need to do, is we need to recognize the achievements of your kids and your employees and tell them they did a good job. Make them feel good about it. Tell them what they need to improve on. But in that moment, make them feel good. मतलब उनको लगेगा कि yes, this is something which made my dad proud.
And any understanding you would like to give to the kids when their fathers are absent from their life?
I think take it with that intent that no father wants to miss any important occasion in their child's day, right? It's just that at that point of time, maybe the priority is different. So we were not some very wealthy, rich family when I was growing up, right? So I used to stay in a very small 1 BHK. This is in 95, 96, where 8 of us in that one small BHK cramped together, right? So it was not like something a
आप
very
अमीर
wealthy.
फैमिली से नहीं हो?
हमारी फैमिली अमीर बनी है, हम अमीर फैमिली से नहीं है, और कोई भी अमीर फैमिली से नहीं होता.
आपने पढ़ाई की, then you went to IIM, so all these, so
Yeah.
it's not family money.
No, it is family money. But again, as I said, this is what my dad had been saving towards, right? So when I am born, I am तो 30 साल बाद करूँगा ना,
हाँ.
right? So but my dad knew that after 25, I will have to send him for post graduation. At that point of time, इतना पैसा लगेगा. We started वो जोड़ने में लग गए उसको, and 3 kids, 2 grandparents, dependent on my dad, everybody. So looking back, I don't really blame him, because in a way today that's also what I am doing, right? I'm almost away working for around 18-20 hours a day. In that I try to find time, because that is something which I probably feel I need to do better than what my dad did.
But 8 people used to live in 1 BHK.
Yeah, but I think India में तो ज़्यादा लोग रहते हैं. I think we were middle class.
So life has been like this.
Yeah, and that
How
should,
do you feel about
it
it?
should always be like that, right? Life should always go up.
True. अगर आपके पास चांस होता to restart your career, क्या different करते आप?
Well, at Go Zero is my chance. I restarted my career in the ice cream industry again. I left Apsara, started Go Zero, and everything I have done at Go Zero is completely opposite of what I did in Apsara.
Okay.
Right? At Apsara, we had stores and parlors. At Go Zero, we don't have a store and a parlor. At Apsara, we had products which had to be scooped and served to the customer. At Go Zero, we don't have any scoopable product. It is directly pre-packaged. At Apsara, we sold mostly offline, later on online. At Go Zero, we are online from day one. At Apsara, we set up our manufacturing first before going to the market and selling. At Go Zero, we don't have a plant of our own. We are doing contract manufacture. At Apsara, we are completely bootstrapped. At Go Zero, we have raised capital. Whatever I have done at Go Zero is completely different and better than what I did at Apsara.
I think ये question आप real life में जी चुके हो.
Yeah, exactly.
What about the money in Apsara versus Go Zero?
What money?
कहाँ पैसे ज़्यादा कमाए अब तक? वहाँ तो आपने कुछ 5 या 8 साल दिए
हाँ.
और यहाँ पे 2 साल हुए.
I think in 2 years on paper, I have made more wealth than I made at Apsara.
What are you saying?
Far more wealth than I made at Apsara.
Turnover cross कर लिया है?
हाँ, आराम से.
Okay. ये business secret मुझे जानना है बड़ा off camera.
Yeah.
And what is the best part about joining a family business?
The best part about joining a family business, I would say, one is that you are working with somebody who you are comfortable with, right? They are known people. You know that they will be there for you, and they wish well for you, and they will guide you along the way. And the other thing is that there's also a sense of familiarity around this. Let's say you join the family business. It's not like वो कल family business हुआ और मैंने आज join किया. You have seen that business growing from that business while the time you are growing up. So there is a sense of familiarity. While I might not have known how to make ice creams, but I have always seen ice cream being served, ice cream being made. My dad and my uncle talking about the events where they are serving ice creams and all of that. So थोड़ा familiarity वहाँ से आना शुरू हो जाता है. But of course, at the end of the day, it's what specific role has the business family, the family identified for you, and not just बेटा है तो उसको business में join करना है. But there has to be a very specific role which the company, whether it's a family business, demands from you, and whether you have the skill set to do that. If not, does the family have the right training or some guidance to give to that new person joining the family business, so that he can then take it to the next level? It's always about the next generation coming in and taking it to the next level.
Correct.
अगर status quo maintain करना है, then probably you are better off somewhere else.
What is the worst part about joining a family business?
Having dinner with the same set of folks which you had a business meeting in the morning.
So आपका जो life रहा है, first you've been an employee, then you've been a founder, ठीक है, and it's a complete radical shift. तो जब business start किया तो ऐसा कोई मोमेंट था जब आपको लगा आप खुद को गाली दे रहे हो कि भाई अच्छा खासा PNG में नौकरी कर रहा था, सैलरी मिल रही थी हर महीने, क्यों मैं बिजनेस करने आ गया हूँ?
Yeah, I think the first 6 months at Apsara, almost every alternate day I did that. Yeah. Number one, because my
6 months.
Because so I was earning almost upwards of 75 lakhs a year in 2011.
Okay, at PNG.
At PNG. So 3 years plus, it was like an international role. There was a lot of travel. There was work-life balance. Weekends would be completely off, and I could spend time with my wife. We were newly married. यहाँ पे तो weekends पे double काम हो रहा है, right? In the family business, no long vacations, no holidays, no going out on weekends. बहुत drastically कम हो गया, right?
Okay.
So what happened was that the first 6 months you have that withdrawal symptom. Suddenly you, while that josh is there that you are doing the family business, but suddenly वो याद आती है, अरे यार ये लास्ट वीकेंड तो मैं सिंगापुर में इस टाइम पे ये कर रहा था, पिछले 2 महीने में हम लोग इधर घूम के आए थे, all of that things, right? So कोसता था, yes, that I'm missing that chill life and all of that, but at the same time I was wondering that whether I made the right decision leaving PNG and joining Apsara, because the first 2-3 stores which we started, वो 6 महीने तक उनसे कुछ पैसा आ नहीं रहा था, उल्टा पैसा जा रहा था, right? And a lot of money was being burnt, obviously because हमने आज तक कभी रेंट दे के शॉप नहीं ली है. It was always been the own shop.
आपके पेरेंट्स ने अलाउ कैसे कर दिया? गाली नहीं सुनी आपने?
बहुत गाली सुनी है. गाली सुनना is part of the family business setup, right? So what happened was the first 2 stores we paid heavy rents, and then we were making losses. And in the middle of all of it, I proposed 3rd store, एक और खोलते हैं. And that was probably one moment which I remember. This was in September 2015, just on the 8th or 9th day of Ganpati festival, when I'm telling my dad that next month we need to open one more store in Lokhandwala, where the rental was even higher than what the rental at Powai was.
Ask me about it.
Yeah. He said, he took me, for a walk, and he told me that just between you and me, the others are not happy with this. The way you are doing this stuff, you're just pleading money, right? And they feel that that's it. उससे आगे भी नहीं करना चाहिए. And that was the day I told him that this is the last store which I will ask you to, everybody to help me set this up, because of course I need money for this. अगर ये click नहीं किया, I will wind it up and go back to my job. This is the exact conversation which I had with my dad on September 2015, and again it's that risk I took. And there is a scene in this movie, The Dark Knight Rises, where Bruce Wayne is kept inside a big trap, a big well, and the city which he loves is almost about to be annihilated, and he only has one chance of making it out of that well. There is a rope which is given, and he has to climb it using that. Every time he tries to climb with the rope, he fails. In his last attempt, he asked that guy to cut the rope, and there is no safety now that if I don't make it, if I fall down, I will die, right? But once you cut off that safety net and then you take the leap of faith, he actually makes it out of the well. So if I told my dad that if this doesn't work, I will quit everything and go back to my job. I said, this is the last roll of the dice which I am having. Now I don't know what you call it, but there was no looking back after that.
I'm so happy listening to this, because this has been my life का agenda also.
Yeah.
जब वो एक last stage आता है कि अगर ये नहीं, इस बार नहीं हुआ तो I'm going to quit.
Yeah.
And हर बार I clear it out that time. And
Yeah.
I just, whenever I go talk to
Because
people,
you
I
know,
say this.
because this is it, man. If this doesn't happen, then you go back to that boring corporate life. But is it that life what you want? No. Make this shit happen.
That's what I say. I always keep saying that before you decide to quit, make sure you've given it your all.
Yeah.
और जब आप खुद को बोलते ना कि ये लास्ट है, तब आप वो 0.1% भी एफर्ट जो आपका रह गया था प्रीवियस चीजों में, वो भी आप डाल दोगे.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. What is that one thing जो आपने एज एन एम्प्लॉय फेस किया था जो आप कभी नहीं करना चाहोगे अपने टीम के साथ?
Employee. So I have only had 2 corporate stints. One was in Wipro, where most of the time I was on bench because they hire a lot of IT engineers. 60% bench पे होता है क्योंकि churn बहुत ज़्यादा होता है.
Okay.
So in almost 11-12 months at Wipro, I had a proper project for only 2 months. So, and the rest of the time I was preparing for my MBA. So that doesn't count. And PNG probably is one of the best companies in terms of the work culture. So I had some amazing bosses which I worked with. In fact, I learned more from them. So there's no complaint. I think I had 4 bosses. I would say one of them probably had a bad habit of micromanaging a lot. Right? Every 1 hour or 2 hour, they would come up and check, is this done? Is this done? Is this done? And
Okay.
I feel that you've hired me at a package of 75 lakhs per year. If I don't perform, of course, my appraisal will go for a toss and then I'll have to find. And I will not play with my career stint at PNG now, and you trust me with doing the job. I'll get it done. Most of them do. I think that person was wonderful, by the way. They were also like from IIMs and all of that. So PNG generally recruits from IIMs only. I think micromanaging is something which now I don't do a lot. It's about hiring the right people and then trusting them to do the job for you.
But आपने भी किया है micromanaging.
शुरू में करना पड़ता है. It's a force of habit.
और फिर उन लोगों का क्या जो काम ही नहीं करते, because हर बैच में ऐसे 2-3 तो मिल ही जाते हैं.
Yeah, I mean you can never be 100% right in terms of hiring, right? So it's always hire slow, fire fast, not the other way around. If you hire too fast and if you're slow in firing the people who are like kind of dragging the culture back or dragging the company back, then it has an effect on the rest of the team, right?
Correct.
And today we are a very small team. We are not like 400, 500, 600 people. We are a team of only 16 at the office and 9 at the plant. So total 25 people. And the founder is sitting right in the middle of everybody, right? So I don't have a cabin culture. I don't sit in a cabin. I sit in the floor where I can see everybody. So I know exactly what everybody is almost up to, right? As long as I know that person is doing their job and is, I just let them be. The weekly review will happen. I am sitting there. I am always approachable. You can just walk up to my desk and talk to me for, so I tell them that doesn't matter if I'm a founder and you are just joining the company and there is a 20-year-old age gap between, like I'm a 40-year, right? And I have people who are 20-22. That don't feel that. If you have some doubts or even if you have an idea which you want to say, you can walk up and tell me. I will give you my inputs and then you have to do it yourself.
Okay.
I think अगर उस type का culture बनाएंगे ना, तो that person will also feel more encouraged that I have to give it my best, not for my job but for this boss. And this is something which very recently the Indian team said for Rohit Sharma, that they won the World T20, right? And after that there was some interview saying that Rohit is a leader who is always there for his team, right? Even if the board is saying something, he has their back. And while they are enjoying the time between two matches, he chats with them, understands what's going on, cares for them. So they say that we did not want to win this for India. And of course, you are playing for the national country. We wanted to do it for this man because we know that this is his last World Cup.
Wow.
So I think that if you do that as a boss and as a leader, I think your team will rally for you.
Got it. Next up, you should not be a solo founder because?
You should not be a solo founder because you want to do something but you don't have enough experience or expertise in every area of that business.
Okay.
So you should always get a co-founder who has complementary skill sets. Maybe your skill set is sales, the other skill set is production and operations, or vice versa. If you feel that you don't cover enough areas of the initial journey, it's always good to have a co-founder.
Okay. And you should be a solo founder because?
If you're a person like me who has 8 years or 10 years of experience in the industry, built everything from scratch, understands all departments and verticals, and are confident enough that you can do it yourself, you should go ahead.
ये आता कहाँ से आप में confidence? मुझे आज तक नहीं समझ आया.
खुद से करके आता है कभी भी. It's always when you do it.
But there are so many things which you will also not know, right?
But that is okay. So again, it's not about knowing everything. It's about knowing that if you don't know something, you will find a way around it.
True. Tell me okay, this is my most favorite question. हर founder की life में एक time आता है. Tell me the time when I almost blew it up moment.
I think this moment probably came when we were building the factory, the plant.
Okay.
Right. And there are a lot of equipments that come in all shapes and sizes. Right. There was one very big equipment that it's a milk pasteurizer. And that was supposed to be installed in the second floor. Right. And that machine had certain dimensions and all of that. I think maybe I missed it, but we completed the floor, we packed all the windows and everything. And there was just one small elevator from which all remaining machines could come up and be installed. This machine did not fit the elevator, did not have the size of the window from where it could be, come inside. And then we would have to take down the entire floor again and rebuild it, because ideally that machine should have come first and then the wall should have been built around it. अब हमने पहले walls बना दिए और अब वो मशीन को अंदर लाने का कोई जगह नहीं है. या तो तुम पूरा सेक्शन तोड़ दो लेके आओ और फिर से that would take us almost 3 more months.
3 more months?
Yeah. And then that would delay your launch, right? And which was like almost 1 month, 2 months down the line, because we were manufacturing at a makeshift location at a rented place, and we had given them the notice to evacuate. That after 3 months we'll evacuate, and he had already found somebody else. तो अगर ये आपका सेटअप होता है नहीं होता है, आपको वो जगह तो खाली करनी है.
और फिर आपके पास
and then आपके पास at least for 10 days 15 days you will not have anything to make the production and send the ice creams. So 2 days I spent thinking that what are we going to do and how are we going to get this machine here. Then the only way now remaining was to forklift it from the top to the terrace. Now this machine weighed almost 500 kgs, right? And we were at the ground floor and we had to forklift it to a height of 3 floors on the terrace, and from there it had to come down, right? It would take around 6 to 8 hours. It was a busy road, and if something went wrong and that crane fell down, it would have crushed either somebody, or it was a heavy machine, right? So I met the municipal guy in that area and told them that on Sunday I will need this and this section of the road to be cut off so the traffic doesn't come here, because my JCB and the crane will be at this, and we will need 8 hours to put on this here. So for this 8 hours, no traffic movement here.
8 घंटे आपने ट्रैफिक रुकवाया है?
Divert करवाया, रुकवाया तो नहीं, but no, otherwise it was a risk, right? If it fell down, somebody would have gotten injured. So we had to take permission from them, and then we got this entire machine lifted from ground to top, and all the time I was like on video call with my dad, who was at home, and I was in Thane, and उनकी भी फटी थी, मेरी फटी थी कि भाई ये ऊपर जाएगा कैसे, and we managed it to put it somehow. But I said that next time ऐसा काम नहीं करना है. सोच समझ के planning करके, don't rush into it and then you forget this. So it was not a small blunder, right? It took almost a week or 10 days with all these municipal permissions and all of that. खर्चा तो होता है, इंडिया में तो खर्चे ही होते हैं.
Okay, one last question before we end this round. Tell me one thing which your competitors got wrong but you got it right.
I think taste.
Makes
the
sense.
Taste of Go Zero and the taste of any other healthy or guilt-free ice cream brands, I think you would hands down say the taste of Go Zero is better.
Okay. Chalo, so that brings us to the end of this round. Let's move on to the next one. So this is my favorite round, truth or shots.
Wow.
Before we start, let me explain. इस बोल में 5 चिट है, ठीक है? आप कोई भी 3 चिट उठा सकते हो. Either you can choose to answer, or you will have to drink this very tasty करेले के जूस का shot.
I love Karela.
Homemade.
I'm imagining a Karela ice cream right now.
Please नहीं, please मत start करना, बहुत बेकार टेस्ट करता है ये.
Yeah.
So let's start.
Okay, here goes. Is there a Go Zero colored chit in this? Pink?
No.
Okay, then I go with my favorite yellow.
Okay. Yellow used to be my favorite too.
If you had to choose between your family and his wife and kids and your business, what would you choose?
एक select करना होगा, वरना shot पीना होगा.
Wife and kids, anytime.
सच्ची business जाने दोगे इतने?
Yeah.
आप तो एक बार जाने दे चुके हो वैसे.
Yeah, which is why. So I can always start another business, but I can't start another family.
बस ये confidence दे दे भगवान मुझे. Next. Why are you not taking the blue one when it is so easy?
Name a founder or a brand you would like to completely eliminate and why? Yeah, I mean, if I was in Apsara today, I would say naturals.
No, you're in Go Zero today.
Yeah, but now since I'm in Go Zero, I would say Noto, because why not?
Why not नहीं, explain करो.
Easy हो जाएगा ना. एक तो गिल्ट फ्री आइसक्रीम कैटेगरी इतना छोटा है, उसमें से 4 लोग घुसे पड़े हैं, उसमें से और कंपटीशन एलिमिनेट कर देंगे तो हमारा काम आसान हो जाएगा.
Competition makes you grow, no? It makes you better, right?
But now I don't want. So when I started, I had competition, but now I don't want competition.
Please just answer. Don't answer the next shit and drink the shot.
Then you should frame your questions accordingly to put me in the spot of bother.
Problem यही है, आप बहुत carefree and निडर हो. Okay, this is
last chat screen of you and your personal, which is why you wanted me to pick up blue, is it?
No, I didn't remember.
Because
only. No, I genuinely
you wanted to see. So what do you want? So should I
just
show
to
it?
give a little context, इनका like I also have this thing, by the way, a personal WhatsApp group, right?
Yeah.
जिसमें हम खुद से ही बात करते रहते हैं.
Yeah.
So जो भी last screen पे आपने लिखा है, that you are going to show it to me and the audience.
Yeah.
But before you open that,
Okay.
अगर आपने एक बार फोन decide कर लिया कि show करना है, then you have to show it. ठीक है?
Yeah,
Then there is no going back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
So
either
what do
you
you
can
want to
bring
show?
the WhatsApp.
Do you want me to show my chat with my wife? No, right?
No,
The
no,
personal
जो
chat.
personal WhatsApp group है. Or you
I
can
think-
bring this shot.
No, absolutely not, because I know what's there, so I can show it to you at any point of time. Here you go.
ये क्या? ये reels है?
See?
I'm gonna open these.
Yeah, please do.
पहले मैं काम करूंगा, फिर पैसे कमाऊंगा, तब खाऊंगा।
When your boss says जाओ पहले lunch कर.
Yeah.
Memes कोई अपने WhatsApp ग्रुप पे क्यों डालता है? मुझे ये आप समझाओ.
Ankit Chona sold his 80-year-old
We were just talking.
Yeah, see, serendipity.
Have more to South Korean conglomerate Lotte for
ठीक है,
1,020
दिखा देंगे audience का. I'm very
Yeah.
disappointed. Why would you have memes in your WhatsApp group?
No, that's the very first
वो
thing
भेजा
on
जाता है
top,
लोगों
right? अभी आप ऊपर और scroll करोगे तो दूसरी भी चीजें हैं इसमें, like whatever I do for R&D or some calls which I had or some points which I noted down to write a LinkedIn post. So there's a lot on this chat, right? The Zepto event which I was part of, some resumes which I need to kind of take notice of, etc. But I think you were probably landed up on the memes which I was sending last night to my team. So yeah, that's it.
I'm very disappointed with this round. But you know, there is one
I
thing.
think in the spirit of the show and the fantastic host that you've been in, you said
Yes.
one for every question, right?
No, not for
Yeah.
every question. Just...
There were 3 questions. So 1, 2,
My heart will
1 for good luck.
Oh shit.
I mean, डर के आगे जीत है, करेले के आगे मिलियन व्यूज है.
करेले के आगे chocolate भी है. Can I give you a chocolate?
Yeah, please.
Can't wait. This is too hard. Give me water also. I can't believe you did this.
I mean, if you ever start a Karela juice brand, I think you will by far be the best Karela juice brand ever.
Why would you say that?
Because I have never had such horrible Karela juice, and that's the whole point of making Karela juice. It has to be
Yeah.
horrible. Thank you.
ले लो भाई, पूरा ही जरूरत पड़ेगी.
So I answered the question as well as had the shot. So does that give me some more goodies or brownie points or what is
Yeah,
it?
you will
that,
get actual brownies.
Yeah, fantastic.
ठीक है. This will do. I'm not. मैं एक पीती हूँ. एक चम्मच पी के आई हूँ मैं.
Alright, well,
Yeah. Because you had 3
no, I
glasses.
answered all the questions and the look on your face said that shit.
I was disappointed,
Yeah,
but
why not?
because आपने तीनों क्वेश्चन आंसर किए
हाँ.
और तीनों आपने ग्लासेस भी खत्म
Correct.
किए. Just for that.
Just for that. See,
इसको क्या बोलते हैं?
that's what motivation is all about.
नहीं, there is this पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारना. That's what I'm doing.
Awesome. You can do it. You know, that's how it feels like when others on your show have this. Please.
Shit यार. This is the
Like a
first.
taste of your own Karela.
This is the first time I'm gonna regret this.
You will love it. Next time you'll probably bring an Imli juice.
Very bad.
Chocolate or Karela juice?
No, juice.
Of course it was. You made it.
So this brings us to the last round of this show, which is 2 truths and 1 lie. इसमें आपको अपने बारे में 2 झूठ और 1 सच बोलना है. But the audience
Doesn't 2 truths and 1 lie mean 2 सच और 1 झूठ?
मैंने कुछ और बोला क्या?
हाँ,
2 सच और 1 झूठ बोलना है.
हाँ, अभी 2 झूठ और 1 सच बोला.
I was testing you, your presence of mind.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
So, but ये audience को नहीं पता रहेगा what is what. They have to guess it. And whoever guesses it right, उसमें से 1 lucky winner will win the same hamper as you. ठीक है?
Let's add a fun twist to this ना.
Okay.
एक hamper तो मेरे को दे दिया ना.
हाँ.
Now let's give the lucky winner a Go Zero hamper.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I also want that one.
Yeah, fine.
Done. ठीक है.
You have to guess the answers correctly.
Done. ठीक है. So, if you're guessing it right, you get to win 1 lucky Go Zero hamper. So, let's get started. Before we start, एक warm up के लिए मैंने आपके बारे में 2 rumors सुना है, ठीक है?
Okay.
You have to tell us whether this is right or wrong.
Okay.
So before you started Go Zero, there's this rumor कि आपने अपने अप्सरा employees को ultimatum दिया था कि या तो यहाँ पे रहो या तो Go Zero join करो. Is that true?
It's not an ultimatum. It was an opportunity or a job offer.
ये तो आपने narrative ही change कर दिया. If you can't change the fact, change the narrative.
Yeah. It's always like this, na? But when you say something and people will always twist it around, that's how rumor becomes a grapevine.
True. Next one is, okay, this is something really funny and scary. So once an employee was peeing in the office and by mistake बेचारे ने दरवाजा शायद लॉक नहीं किया था and you happened to enter.
Yeah.
और तब बिना सोचे समझे बिना उसको टाइम दिए आपने वहीं उसकी क्लास लगा दी. Is that true?
100% true.
How can you say it so proudly?
Yeah, I'm not saying it proudly. It was just that the awkwardness of the moment and the fact that the entire floor was looking right in the direction of that guy. It just brought out that founder in me thoda sa zyada, and I kind of took that guy down. But
I think now I'm going to be really scared entering your office
Yeah.
or using the washroom.
yeah, no, but I will not go to the female washroom.
Acha, haan, chalo, makes sense. I'm safe. So now you have to tell us 2 truths and 1 lie about yourself.
Okay. Okay. I have around 18 to 20 cups of tea every day.
What?
I have had, so I met my wife in college, and we then asked my parents whether we can have our marriage, which she's from a different community, and then they said no, and then she decided to do an MBA so that she could buy more time. In the meantime, I went and saw 2-3 more different girls from the prospect of getting married and kept rejecting them. So in the community, it came across that this guy is not like fit to get married, and eventually my parents and my grandparents were convinced, and then I got to marry the love of my life. That's my love story.
Bollywood love story ho gayi ye to.
Yeah.
And third?
And
2 truths
third
and
is,
1 lie.
I am very happy that I left Apsara.
I think third one is definitely a truth.
Okay.
बाकी दोनों में से I'm a little confused because मुझे
Yeah.
honestly तीनों ही सच लग रहे हैं.
What does the audience think? And I think Go Zero Ice Creams awaits you.
ठीक है. Comment down your answers and get the Go Zero hamper. But अभी आपके लिए एक special hamper. The
Wow.
brownie points जो आप बोल
Amazing.
रहे थे, we've got real brownies for you.
Yummy.
This is for being such a wonderful sport
Thank
for
you,
this show,
and,
and it was lovely having you with
It
us.
was lovely, and I think this has been one of the more fun podcasts that I've been a part of. It started up rather serious, but I think the end was like amazing. I'm just feeling awesome right now.
Yes.
Thank you.